Match day number 4. And we're live, as we mentioned, from the Atobolan Stadium. I'm Karim Mohammed. I'm going to be taking you through this broadcast. Well, we've got for you this afternoon, it's Club San Francisco coming up against Scholars International. Kickoff is just about 2 p.m. local time, just a few minutes away from that. Hosts for the 2025 CFU Club Shield, and the internet is, of course, powered by Flow. Don't forget the 2025 CFU Under 14 Challenge Series Girls is next month from August 15th to the 24th, right here in Trinidad. And the CFU Club Shield is organized by Caribbean Football Union. The CFU is the umbrella organization for 31 member associations in the English, Dutch, French, and the Spanish speaking country. So we go to the break, and when we come back, we'll have the starting lineups and we'll get ready for action.
Not simply about how many games you win, but more about how many lives you touch. This is why we do it.
Because football is life.
Because we know firsthand the power of football can positively change lives.
Because there's nothing else we'd rather do.
Because our hearts beat football.
Because there's nothing quite like representing your country.
For the love of the game.
Por el amor.
Pour l'amour.
I'd leave the voix.
For the love of the beautiful game.
Looking to put your brand front and center on the biggest screen in the house? That's where Flow comes in. With dozens of networks and thousands of shows, we can precisely pinpoint your customers based on interest and lifestyle all day, every day. From entertainment, sports, news, and foodies, we have them hooked. Contact one of our sales teams today. Flow, giving you a smarter and affordable way to advertise locally and regionally.
So again, conditions here very wonderful again at the Atobolan Stadium. So here's the starting 11 for Club Franciscain. Aldrich Boulouy, Stefan Abol, Matthias Jonville, Sebastian Lepel, Romer Hussein, Matthias Prim, Kiran Leria, Christoph Jogon, he is going to wear the armband, Johnny Marajo, Oliver Atelli, and Stefan Ole. And the Scholars International, you start in 11. Jermaine Brown, he's going to be in goal. DeAndre Rowe, Ruben Manzares, Dwayne Dunk, Gerald Smith, Raul Garcia, Gawain Speed, Christopher Brown, Jamar Dickens, O'Neal Taylor, and Jordan Ramirez. Scholars International out of the Cayman Islands, and their opponents, Club Franciscain, they are from Martinique. As the players and the officials are going to make their way out pretty soon for the start of this very interesting CFU Club Shield encounter, match day number 4. Big stage here for some of these players. Again, conditions is extremely good for playing. Another day under the sun. It's bright and shiny. It's very humid also. And the outfield is in immaculate condition. Just about getting set here for action.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to this 2025 CFU Club Shield group stage match, Club Franciscain and Scholars International FC.
Here comes the players and the officials, the men that matter. Well, everyone matters, but the officials have an important role to play as the players from both teams make their way out the tunnel. To go through this pre-match protocols, routine that we've grown accustomed to seeing big games. San Franciscain, they are in the white strips, and Scholars International, they are in the blue strips.
In goal, number 1, Aldred Boulot. Number 2, Stefan Alou. Number 3, Jean-Ville Matisse. Number 5, Sebastian Lepel. Number 6,
Exchanging pleasantries.
Number 7, Matisse Priam.
And the man in the middle, the referee, man with the whistle, Ken Pennyfeather, out of Antigua. His first assistant is Widjay Sajo. Second assistant is Patrick Brown. And the fourth official is Kamal Hodge.
Now the starting lineup for Scholars International FC. In goal, number 21, Joey Brown.
Posing for their pre-game photos.
Number 6, Wayne Duck. Number 8,
Club San Franciscan.
Number 9, Ryan Garcia. Number 13, Gawain Speed. Number 16, Christopher Brown. Number 18, Jamal Dickens. Number 20, Moni Taylor. Number 22, George Barrett.
Game faces ready.
Number 3, DeAndre.
This one is building up to be a very interesting, exciting clash. Now both captains are going to meet to do the toss to see who is going to be kicking towards the southern end or the National Cricket Center end, and the northern end, which is the cycling velodrome. So not too long away from the start here in this one. Referee's assistants make their way towards each of the goals just to ensure that all is well, everything is in place, no holes in the nets or whatever else that could hamper action on the field. And the Scholars International, they're going to get us going in this one. Match day number 4, live from the Attobolan Stadium. Man in the middle, Ken Pennyfeather. All eyes on him. All set. And here we go. Ball played into the San Franciscan half. Knocking it around the back, getting a feel for things here. Ball played inside. Captain Shogun goes too wide and not going to be kept in play. So a little bit of a loose one to start with. Sure to be taken by Dwayne Dunk. Goes all the way back to Ramirez. Ramirez goes inside to skip up Rowe. Speed. Ball helped on here for Leria. Trying to go past his man, but just goes out of play. And throw into Scholars. Headed away by Lepel. High into the air. Two tussling for it. It's one out there by San Franciscan. Goes all the way back. Matis. Coming forward. Gets the ricochet. Onto Leria. A little bit of space out on this near side. Trying to go fast Speed, but good work. Stood his ground, Speed. And then coming away with it there is Ramirez, who's just been tripped up. No call from the referee. And Marajo goes back to Jogon. And then the attack just breaks down. Coach there for the San Franciscan team. That's Michael Nisas. Out of his area. Fighting in the middle of the park. Ball played through. A little bit too much on it there for Raul Garcia. And the goalkeeper, Uloi, getting a touch. Feel of the ball early on. Abol. Looking for some options. Has Prem, who's turning nicely, but a bit of a short pass. Ball played into Garcia. One out again by San Franciscan. Jogon is going wider here, trying to find. That's Leria out on this near side, but he can't bring it under control. And again, possession is given away. So Speed goes back to his captain, Rowe. Rowe is looking across and picking out Taylor. But a short ball again that is cut out from the back, and Scholars coming forward with some numbers. A little bit too much on it. And good work from Oyunsi. Approaching 4.5 minutes, still 0-0. No real big opportunities on goal. This one is going to roll all the way back to goalkeeper Boloi. Plays it into Abol. Jogon turning nicely, bringing it under control. Surveying his options, decides to go for a long ball to find Leria, who tries to get it into the area first time. And Speed getting a boot on it. A throw in here from this near side. for the San Franciscan team. Oyunsi. Early ball into the area. Headed away by Dunk. And again, recovering possession there is Oyunsi. A ball. Matisse. Goes back across to a ball. Who decides to go wide left. And he can't go any further, so he decides to turn backwards and finds a ball. Who is making a bit of a run forward. Playing a ball into striker Matisse. Battling away Jogon. Leria with space here. Space to move into, decides to turn back inside. Lepel. Ball goes all the way back to goalkeeper Brown. Jermaine Brown in goal for Scholars International, who is bringing a calming sense of feeling to proceedings here. Rowe. Not a good ball forward. Picked up by Oyunsi. Early ball into the area from Lepel. Up there too is Prim. He can't get to it. It's picked up there by Brown. Christopher Brown. Speed. Has Raul Garcia in close proximity, but he decides to go backwards. All the way back to goalkeeper Brown. Long ball forward aimed at Christopher Brown. Big attacking player. Physical presence. Leria. Back to Lepel. Matisse. Across to Abul. We've seen a lot of it early on. Heavy touch. Raul Garcia battling away. Picked up by Oyunsi. Here is Jogon. Turning. Looking up. Trying to pick out a run there of Marajo. Good idea. But again, Jermaine Brown off his line quickly. Looking to get it forward again. In a battle there is Dickens. Jamar Dickens, who is going in a little bit too hard there on Jogon, who is clutching the back of his leg, the calf area. Going in illegally on Christoph Jogon there was that man Jamar Dickens. And he now is receiving some treatment, approaching the 9-minute mark, still 0-0. No real opportunities to tell you about in this opening 9 minutes or so here. Jogon receiving some treatment, the captain, the leader of this San Franciscan team out of Martinique. A lot of local players mixed with some French players. So Jogon is all patched up. He's ready to go. That's the mentality. That's the spirit you want to show. Of course, a big occasion here for both of these teams looking to progress to the semi-finals. Lepel. Jogon. And Dickens being shown a yellow card for that tackle on Jogon. Stevens. Matisse breaking into an advanced position and then just trying to lay it off. Good defensive work from Speed, Gawain Speed. There is Speed. Row. Long ball forward. Easy for Abul. Taylor. Trying to pick out a run of Leria. A little bit too short for him. Raul Garcia cannot catch up to this one. Lepel with the throw. Taken nicely there by Marajo. Ball into the area. Headed away. Garcia looks up and sees Brown is showing for it. Battling away there was Christopher Brown. Illegally, so says the referee. Mr. Penny Feather. Lapel. Jogon. Marajo goes inside. Goes past Garcia. Shot on goal. Didn't seem to catch it all that well. Marajo. And flies over the top. First shot on goal for any of these two teams. Taylor turning nicely, trying to get Garcia going, but it was overhit. Immediately says so was Charles Smith. So coming forward with it again now is San Franciscan. Lepel. Marajo. Matisse. Taking the time to pick their passes here. San Franciscan. Played all the way across to the back for Steven, showing for it. Stefan, rather. Early ball into the area, aimed at Oyunsi. Ball goes out for a corner. Oyunsi going across to take this. Foreground, the coach for the Scholars International, that's Colin Rowe. Well, Lapal is showing for it, but ball lifted into the area, headed away on Rowe clears. Good skill there from the coach, Mr. Nisas. A ball. Lapel once more. Looks up and sees a dashing run coming in from the attacking player out on the left-hand side. Doesn't decide to go for him. Goes all the way back to a ball. Stefan. Early ball into the area. Keeper comes and doesn't claim. And eventually cleared away. But the San Franciscan have a player down. That's Marajo. Goalkeeper also. You saw him coming. In fact, that's Oyunsi, who was colliding there with goalkeeper Brown. And both players now receiving some treatment. Clash of heads. It seems to be. That ball into the area of the Scholars International just seems to be causing a little bit of problems early on. Brown seems to be a little bit hesitant with his movement coming out when it's in the air. Teams taking the opportunity to get some refreshments in. Very hot day. Just past the 2 o'clock mark in Trinidad. Hot, it's humid, it's sapping heat. Good thing is though that it's breezy. Nice breeze blowing across, keeping each and every one cool. Meanwhile, Jermaine Brown is still down. Still receiving some treatments. He seemed to come off on the wrong end of that challenge. Having a word there also is one of the assistants for the San Franciscan team. And not too much of a good sign. Not something that we like to see when we come to sporting events such as this. When we see the stretcher being called on. It's never good to see. 17 minutes on the clock. Seems to be down for the count. Jermaine Brown, he's a big guy from Jamaica. And usually Jamaicans are very, very tough. So you know that this one is a painful blow. More medical personnel coming out. Might be going through a bit of concussion testing. Couple of his teammates close by. Lapel, also a UNC. Dwayne Dunk is also amongst the midst. Well, he's banded up, battered and bruised, but not down by any stretch of the imagination. Jermaine Brown. Great commitment shown here by the big goalkeeper. Man in the sticks for Scholars International. The first choice, of course. They would not want to lose him, but I think that good sense must prevail either which way they decide to go. Player safety are always paramount. Couple of the fans in from the Scholars International. Supporters. Of course, making their way all the way from the Cayman Islands, a wonderful country. Friends, family, well-wishers. A couple of the reserves, I would imagine, as well. In and amongst the midst, lending support much needed here for these teams who's doing battle in CFU Club Shield action. Teams are battling for semi-final spot. The winner of each group will advance to the semi-finals, and the 4 group stage winners will be paired as follows. Semi-final 1 would see the winner of Group A take on the winner of Group B, and in semi-final number 2, the winner of Group C is going to clash with the winner of Group D. And both winners of those games, of course, would meet in the final, and then the losers of each semi-final will play for 3rd place. So back with live action here as San Franciscan pick up the possession again. Coming forward here with Matisse. Oyunsi. Still Oyunsi. And infringement on Captain Rowe. Matisse breaking forward. Look at Oyunsi. Just picking up the pieces and driving at the heart of the Scholars International's defense. So Rowe is back up and ready to take this one. Sending everyone forward. Long ball. Aimed at Smith, but it's one out there by that man Dickens. Taylor. Back to Rowe. Taylor decides to go forward, but only picking out the chest of Jogan, who is playing a ball forward for Leria, who switch sides. Kieran Leria, coach there of the Scholars team, Colin Rowe. Assistant coach also is Garth Anderson. Free kick here for San Franciscan. Lapel. Olivier switch sides too. He's come over to this near side or the right hand side. Stefan making a run, getting it back. Ball into the area. Oh, Araujo got a boot on it. But good work from goalkeeper Jermaine Brown, keeping his team in it. Leria with a nice ball, a reverse ball into Stefan. Played it into Marajo. And coming out there, the safe pair of hands was Brown. Down, but certainly not out. Here's Marajo again, trying to penetrate the defense. Goes down, no call from the referee. Early ball, aimed at Brown. Still Brown, into the area now, and taken away by Mattis. Good defensive work there, good defensive covering. Here is Jogan. Head up, looking for some movement. Has to go all the way back to our goal. Stefan. Here is Lapel. Driving forward and looking for a bit of a cheeky one into Olivier. Ball was cut out and then played upfield to no one in particular. Goalkeeper Boloi getting a touch. Mattis coming down this right hand side. Goes in field to Lapel. Ball played into Marajo, a little bit away from him. It's picked up by Speed all the way back to Brown, who's just clearing it forward. No one showing for it. Lapel turning, finding Marajo. Looking for that ball into Jogan. The intentions was clear. Jermaine Brown was precise in his coming out. Rowe. Ball over the top for Ramirez, giving chase. Oh, Ramirez! Just wide. Mattis with a blunder there. And Ramirez following up, trying to play it back to goalkeeper Boloy. Ramirez was trailing and got on to the end of it. Tried to lift it over Boloy. Just wide in the end. Good effort there for Scholars International. Of course, the official cooling break here at the 25-minute mark. In this one, both teams taking the opportunity to refresh. Couple of messages also would be passed on. So a couple of opportunities for both teams to break the deadlock here. Still 0-0 after 26 minutes. This is the San Franciscain team, together with the coaching staff, barking out some instructions. Coaches always want more of their players, always urging them on. Positive words of encouragement. Coach Penny, in fact, referee Penny Feather, taking the opportunity to get some refreshments in as well. Players are back out. Just awaiting the referee. Well, just about getting set for the restart. Gonna restart here with Boloy. Abol. Matis. Coming forward with it, Matis. Olivier. Olivier again. Driving inside is Olivier. Trying to slip it through there for Prem. Cleared away by Abul. Stefan. Headed on to Leria. Jogon. Looking for the run of Leria again, who got to it but just could not keep it in play. And again, the attack just breaks down. Bandage of Brown is just coming off. Maybe he's taking it off. Maybe he doesn't need it anymore. Jermaine Brown. Big strong man. So he's rid himself of that bandage. A row. Long ball. Aimed at Brown again. But Garcia is giving chase. And Lapel doing the covering. Going speed with this throw from this near side. No one really showing close for it, so maybe have to go long. Throws it into the area, not aimed at anyone in a blue shirt. Fighting away is Smith. Here's speed again. Getting by Olivier. Playing it into the area. Cleared away first time by Matisse. Smith. Battling away there with Prem. Coming up this side, Marajo. And A bad pass, trying to get it back into Prem. Picked up by Speed. Manzares. Oh, ball breaks here for Brown. Christopher Brown with a shot on goal. Flashes wide. In fact, it came off one of the defenders. A ball maybe. And look at Brown breaking here. Matis rather. Just coming off of him last. And so a corner to Scholars International. Ramirez is going over to take. Opportunity to get some of the big guys in. Taylor coming up from the back. So too Dickens. Ball played in by Ramirez. Punched away by goalkeeper Boloi. And Smith knocking it off of Olivier for a Scholars throw. Speed. Manzares trying to head it on. Ramirez. Back heel picking up Dunk, who has a shot on goal, but nothing to trouble goalkeeper Boloi. And at the half-hour mark, it's still 0-0. A back heel there from Ramirez into the path of Dwayne Dunk, who had a hit. Too high to trouble anyone. Stefan. A ball goes across to Matis. Matis coming forward. Lobon showing for it. And has to go back to a ball. Into Olivier. Breaking here for Marajo. Brought down. He goes down, Marajo. Rolling over. He's clutching his back of his leg again. But ball still in play. This one is a feisty encounter here. Both teams not leaving anything out. Couple of players down. Raul Garcia for Scholars International. And Marajo is still down inside the penalty area of Scholars International. Riding in pain there is Marajo, Johnny Marajo. This game is not short of action for one bit. Told you it's a quite interesting, exciting clash. Proving to be such so far. Well, Marajo is up. Always a good sign.
CFU Club Franciscain number 5, Sebastian Lepel, in the 33rd minute.
Sebastian Lippel being shown a yellow. He goes into the referee's books now. A row with the free kick here for Scholars. Goes across to Taylor. Goes long row. Was trying to pick out the run there of Brown. Christopher Brown, but in the end, all the way back to Boloi, who gets his team going once more. Matis trying to drive San Francisco forward. Sees a run here of Olivier, who picks it up. Trying to get a shot off Olivier. Tries to go across goalkeeper Brown. And in the end, not a good attempt at goal. Ball played over the top. Taylor came, missed. Fell to the feet of Olivier and flashed his shot wide. Has to go all the way back to our ball. Who goes across to Matis. Matis going past one, going past two. Matis, Jeanville Matis gets to the byline, gets it in. Taylor on the second attempt gets it out into Brown. Brown now trying to get Ramirez going. Ball played upfield. And a good calm defensive work from our bull. Get San Francisco going once more. Oyunsi. Jogon. Frame. Marajo into the area. Getting the shot off. And blocked nicely by Rowe. Played into Frame, who lifted it on to Marajo. Got the shot off early. But Rowe was doing some good defensive work. Lapel played short. Frame into the area. Breaks for Brown. Christopher Brown. Can he get past that ball? Has no one else with him. Still fighting is Brown. But our ball is strong defensively. Breaks with it now. Both teams would want a goal right before the first half ends here. 37 minutes gone. Still 0-0. Jogon. Marajo trying to get Olivier in. And another clash with goalkeeper Brown, who's down again. Really in the walls here, Jermaine Brown. Marajo played it in early. Olivier was coming in, clashed with Brown, who also came off his line to try to intercept. And he's down again. Not the easiest job is that of a goalkeeper. He's got to be brave. So many attributes to describe a goalkeeper. I don't want to be there. I'd rather be scoring them rather than saving them. But we leave that for another time. Still 0-0. Opportunities for both teams to get on the score sheet. None taken so far. Ramirez had an opportunity on goal.
Ladies and gentlemen, a yellow card against CFU Club Franciscain's number 14, Ateli Olivier, in the 38th minute.
Olivier now also going in the book for that challenge on the goalkeeper. So San Francisco has got 2 players booked now. Riding a thin line. Got to be careful with those challenges. Real aggression shown by both teams here. Really leaving nothing out. Leaving nothing off the pitch. Brown is up. He's going to be so sore after this game. The amount of knocks that he's picked up. Definitely going to be on the massage table later on. Taylor. Manzares. Speed. Smith. Early ball to Garcia, who's away. Raul Garcia, can he keep it in play? Yes, he does. Does well, Garcia. Gets it back onto the right foot. Gets it into the area. But too close to goalkeeper Boloi. And gets it out early to Jogon. Could have played a little bit earlier to Frame. Didn't do so. Lost out. Smith coming forward. And then just gives it away. Gerald Smith. Speed is down now before Scholars. Spicy contest here. Tackles flying in. Well, Speed is back up. Ball back with San Francisco. Abul looking to play it long. Lapel is showing for it, bringing it down nicely. Again, another player down, clutching the back of his leg. Brought it down nicely. The challenge came from Speed, who was just impeded. So free kick awarded here to San Francisco. Another opportunity to lift it into the area. Get some bodies forward. Try to get that lead before the halftime whistle. Approaching it. Here's Ayunsi standing over this one. 5 white shirts in the area. Gets it in. Headed away easily by Rowe. Abo looking to reload it. Leria. And the referee's whistle went, even though Leria had a shot off, got it into the back of the net. A whistle came before for an offside call. Good finish by Leria. Nothing doing. It's with Scholars again. Speed. Manzares trying to turn. Jogan impeding. Saying that he got the ball. Nothing doing from referee Penny Feather. Rowe looking to heave this one forward. But again, just gives it away. Not aiming for anyone in blue. Picked up here by a bowl. How badly one of these teams would want a goal right before here. How good would that do? Just to settle the nerves a bit. Maraho coming deep for it. Looking to drive at the defense now of Scholars. Prem. And another strong challenge. No call coming from the referee. Leria battling away. Oyunsi lifting it into the area. And headed away by Speed. Call came a bit late to go in Speed. And he just headed it behind. So a corner here to San Franciscan. Jogan goes over. Coach barking out instructions. Jogan is leaving it for Yunsi. Would hook it into the area now. Jogan making his way into the penalty box. Valeria is there. Olivier. Matisse also. Lapel now coming closer to poor corner from Ayunsi. He's going to get another chance at it here now. Not too long before the halftime whistle, but before that we're going to get some additional minutes. Ball corner played short. Ayunsi now into the area, curling.
Ladies and gentlemen, a yellow card has been issued to Scholars International SC's number 22, Jordan Ramirez, in the 44th minute.
Ramirez goes into the referee's books as well. Cleared away by Manzares. Looking for Dickens, who helps it on here now to Ramirez.
Has indicated that a minimum of 6 minutes will be added to the first half.
6 minutes on the clock. Additional minutes. Of course, with all those stoppages in play we had throughout the first half. No surprises there. Dunk. With this throw-in. No one showing, so he's going to go long into the area. Looking for Garcia. Headed away. Prem coming away with it. Speed. putting her foot in. Early ball played into Oyunsi. Marajo, it's taken away by Garcia, who's breaking forward. And then just trying to slip it to Ramirez, too far away from him. And here is Oyunsi, helping it on to Leria. Leria comes inside. Finds Jogon. Jogon goes to Prim. Prim with a shot on goal. And nothing troubling Jermaine Brown, who just watches it go by. Mathis Prim cutting across that one. Rowe dumps this one forward. Headed up by Lepel. Not forward, but backwards. And the goalkeeper, Bolo, is off his line at the edge of his area to claim. And then his clearance is not the best. In fact, it's very good because it went to Prim, who was unmarked. Prim now driving at Scholars. Marajo onside into the area, low ball. And deflected away by goalkeeper Brown. Good work there from Brown. He was looking for Leria with that low cross. But Jermaine Brown was smart to it. So Yunsi now with this corner. Into the area and headed away. Another corner for San Francisco. For Franciscain. My apologies. I keep saying San Franciscain. It's Franciscain. Lepel. Lifted in by Prim. Goes all the way over to Stefan. Finds a ball. A ball slipping one through to Ayunsi. Ayunsi trying to get Lepel in. Gets it back now, Ayunsi. Lepel, edge of the area. Lifted in. Leria trying to help it on. Didn't make contact. Cleared away by Dunk. A ball recovering it here for Franciscain. Jogon. Matis. Ball into the area, but up into the air and claimed by Brown. Played long, over the top, trying to find Ramirez. Good defensive header from Ayunsi, who is all over the park at the moment. Here he is again, Ayunsi, into Jogon. Lepel. Good foot in from Garcia. Jogon over the top, looking for the run of Marajo. Helped on by Marajo! And so close there from Johnny Marajo. Had it bounced anywhere closer to goal, it would have certainly been in. Look at that. Nice ball over the top from Jogon. On to Marajo. Brown came and bounces over. Very, very close there for Franciscain. Good attempt. Wonderful attempt. Anywhere closer and it would have definitely been into the back of the net. Was not to be. Closest we've had to anything on goal. Oyunsi coming forward here, Franciscain, right at the end of the first half. Leria trying to get it back there from Olivier. Still with it, Franciscain. Jogon thinking about having a shot. Goes back to Olive Matis. Lepel out wide. Matis again. Nice. Short into Jogon. Marajo trying to turn and get a shot away. Blazes wide. Good spell for Franciscain right at the end of the first half. Scholars International holding on here, still 0-0, deadlock at the moment. Ball lifted out. First half comes to an end. At the end of the first half, it's deadlocked at 0-0.
Ladies and gentlemen, at
Club
halftime, the score
Franciscain
is
from
Club
Martinique,
Franciscain
Scholars
0,
International
Scholars
from the Cayman
International
Islands. And we go to the break with the scores leveled at 0-0.
Not simply about how many games you win, but more about how many lives you touch. This is why we do it.
Because football is life.
Because we know firsthand the power football can positively change lives.
Because there's nothing else we'd rather do.
Because our hearts beat football.
Because there's nothing quite like representing your country.
For the love of the game.
Por el amor.
Pour l'amour. I'd leave the war.
For the love of the beautiful game.
Protection that moves to your beat. Protect your home with Armor Security. With 24/7 monitoring, instant alerts, motion sensors, and rapid response, you and your loved ones stay protected day and night. Sign up for the Protector or Commander package today and get a free security camera and installation. Armor Security, powered by Flow, in partnership with All Pro Security. We keep your rhythm flowing. Visit us in-store or online at discoverflow.co for more details.
So welcome back to action here from the Alto Boland Stadium in Couva. Of course, we would like to thank the Trinidad and Tobago's Football Association, TTFA, host for the 2025 CFU Club Shield, and the internet is powered by Flow. And not to forget, the 2025 CFU Under 14 Challenge Series Girls is next month from August 15th to the 24th, right here in Trinidad. So back to live action. Scores locked at 0-0 between Club Franciscain from Martinique and Scholars International SC from Caymans. Match day number 4, CFU Club Shield action. Live from the Alto Boland Stadium. Second half action about to get going here with Franciscain. Here is Jogon. Stefan. Trying to get the run going there of Olivier. Cut out there by Dickens. Over to Mattis. Into Jogon. Nicely done there. There is an early ball from Prem. And ricochets into the grateful arms. So we had a substitution at the half. Jermaine Brown from Scholars International, he came off. And Robert Levy has replaced him. Robert Levy in goal. It was a real tough first half for Brown.
In the 46th minute, entering the game, number 16, Kusul Jonas. Leaving the game, number 6, Romer Hussein. Also entering the game for Club Franciscain, number 11, Kevin Philippe. Leaving the game, number 9, Kieran Lario.
Here is Philippe into the area. Well, halftime substitution. He had the opportunity, just a little bit behind him. Struck the boot out and went over the top.
Number 31, Jermaine Brown.
So dropping the shoulder, getting the ball into the area. Philippe came on as a halftime substitute. Just blasted his shot over in frame there, the number 11. With Franciscain, Jogon, the overlapping run there coming from that man. So being brought down there was Ramirez. Free kick to Scholars International. Was into the hands of Bouloy. Roll out here for a ball. Was across to Mathis. Jonas. Another one of the halftime substitutes. Abul. Stefan. Into Prem. Ball, early ball from Philippe. Goes behind. Corner to Franciscain. Manzares doing the needful. Lapel goes back here to Prem. Lifted into the area. Strong challenge there coming from Jonas. Left an impression there on player down there for Scholars International. Looks like Dunk, doing Dunk. Left a mark on him. Jonas going a little bit too hard. He just can't do that. between Dunk there. He's back up on his feet there, Dunk. It's a strong boy. So Rowe with the free kick. Ball lofted long. Looking for Brown. And pushing the back there of Mattis. Quickly taken by a ball. Looking for the run there of Olivier. Trying to bring it under control. Speed is holding him off. Going speed and then eventually just clears it into touch. Into the area. Olivier beating one, trying to get a shot off. And eventually cleared away. Danger signs there for Scholars International. Stefan. Graham. Surveying his options, decides to lift one into the area. 2 over everyone. Nothing doing. So just to bring you up to speed with how this Group D standings before the game started. Club Franciscain there on top of the table. Arnett Gardens also 3 points. Franciscain with 3 points. AC Port of Spain with 3 points. Scholars International yet to get off the mark in terms of the points table. Dublin FC and Docks United yet to get off in terms of points. And just to bring you up to speed as well with a little bit of how this format for the semi-finals and finals goes as it relates to teams getting out of the group. So teams will be split into 4 groups, 6 teams each. Each team will play 2 games in the group stage against teams from the other 2 ranked tiers within the group as determined by the official draw. Each group winner will advance to the semi-final round. Here is a shot coming in from Lapel. Again blazed over the top. And then teams will be awarded 3 points for every match they win, 1 point for a draw, 0 points for defeat. And teams will be ranked within the group according to the following criteria. Greatest number of points obtained in all group matches. Goal difference in all group matches. Greatest number of goals scored in group matches. And if 2 or more teams are equal on the basis of the above 3 criteria, their ranking shall be determined as follows. Coming forward it here is Franciscain. I'll get back to that shortly. Philippe lifting it into the area and cleared away there by Dickens. Free kick to the Scholars team. So just getting back to a little bit of the format. So the greatest number of points obtained in matches between the tied teams. Greater goal difference in matches among the tied teams if more than 2 teams finish equal on points. Greater number of goals scored in matches among the tied teams if more than 2 teams finish equal on points. The lowest number of points based on the number of yellow and red cards in all matches is considered according to the following additions. First yellow card, plus 1 point. Second yellow card, indirect red card, plus 3 points. Direct red card, plus 4 points. Yellow card and direct red card, plus 5 points. This one over the top. And a corner there to Franciscain. And then drawing the lots, the winner of each group will advance to the semi-finals. The 4 group stage winners will be paired as follows. Semi-final 1 would see Group A winners take on Group B winners. And semi-final 2 would see Group C winners take on Group D winners. And of course, the 2 winners of those 2 teams will meet in the finals. Losers will play for 3rd place. So a corner here to Franciscain. Olivier on set piece duty. He's going short to Lapel, who's going to hook it into the area now. It's cleared away, but not too far. Still to a white shirt. Stefan again playing it into the area. And coming in there was Olivier. Couldn't get anything on it. Goes on to touch for a throw. Working down the left-hand side there. Brown, but he was tripped up. Free kick to the Scholars International team. Rowe is standing over this one, looking to play it long. Looking for the run there of Dickens. And good defensive covering from that man, Philippe. Clerville Philippe. Man, Dickens has stayed down. Not sure if he has been elbowed or something of the sort. Not for the first time we've seen a player go down and stay down. So just to go through some scores at the half in other games that might affect this group. At the half, Arnett Gardens versus AC Port of Spain. AC Port of Spain went into the half with a 1-0 lead. Also, Dublanc versus Docks United also went into the half with a 1-0 lead. Coming forward here, Franciscain, but in an offside position is Jogon. Quickly taken, Manzares. Rowe goes back to Levy. Taylor. Coming forward, Taylor. A little bit too short for speed. But here is Marajo breaking into the area. And goal! Coming in at the back post is Olivier. And walked it home there was Franciscain, taking a 1-0 lead after 57 minutes. Another player stayed down. Look at the jig. Wonderful celebrations. Absolutely brilliant. Here's how it happened. Marajo laid it on to Prem, who played it towards the back stick. Olivier was coming in, and all he had to do was finish it off from close range. That he did. Manzares had stayed down for Scholars International. And now he's receiving some treatment, but it's a 1-0 lead to Franciscain. So not too long into the second half, Franciscain taking the lead. And now they're going to make a substitution. The goal scorer, having just scored, is now being withdrawn for the number 18.
That goal for Club Franciscain in the 58th minute was scored by number 14, Anthony Olivier.
And now he's leaving the pitch. Coming on is Raxel. Getting the applause and the high fives from his teammates. Of course, they lead Meanwhile, Manzares is still receiving treatment inside his own penalty area. So Scholars International, they now have to come from behind here. And also another interesting update. Dublin has taken the lead versus Ducks United. So they lead by 1-0.
For Club Franciscain. Entering the game is number 18, Delor Axel. Leaving the game, number 14, Athalie Olivier.
So restart here in this one. 1 hour on the clock. Bit of a giveaway again. Philippe driving at them. Getting it into the area. Early ball coming in. There was Captain Jogon. And he blasts his shot over. Another glorious opportunity to get the go-ahead goal. Lifted in there by Philippe. On the half volley. And over the top. So currently, Scholars Internationals playing with 10 because Dickens is receiving treatment on the sidelines. Not yet back on the park. Here is Stefan coming forward. Prem looking to get by 2. Smith coming away with it, but gives it away again to Prem.
Entering the game in the 61st minute, number 14, Kimani Finn. Leaving the game, number 4, Ruben Manzanares.
So Ruben Manzares has been taken off. And coming on is Kimani Finn, number 14 for Scholars International. Here is Stefan trying to get this one into the area. Too low, cleared away, but recovered there by Franciscain. Jonas goes crossfield to Mattis. Jogon trying to turn it inside to Marajo rather. Cleared away. Abul. Bolo is way off his line. Stefan coming away there with it is Smith, but out of the playing area. Stefan quickly taken. Jonas. Abul. Has the run there of Lepel. Picks him out now. Lepel with time and space. Ball into the area. Headed up there by Philippe. Coming out is Levy. And in the end, able to recover it. A little bit of a minor speed bump there for Robert Levy. Clears this one downfield. Stefan brings it down. Gets it into Philippe. Wonderful turn. One touch and away from Speed. Driving now at Smith. Early ball into the area and cleared behind by Rowe. Pressure coming here for the Franciscan team. Applying the pressure. 63 minutes on the clock. 1-0 to Club Franciscain. So before the corner is taken, a double substitution for Scholars International. That man who's receiving treatment off field, that's Jamar Dickens. He's now been replaced. And also coming off is O'Neill Taylor. And going on is Roshan Chang and Kyle Santamaria. Double substitution. On set piece duty here is Prem. Short to Philippe. Goes back to Lepel. Not sure if it's a cross or a shot, but in the end it ends up into the hands of Levy, who's quickly getting it out to that's Finn, who's gone down. Smith trying to get a run going here of Santa Maria, who cannot keep it in. There you see the coach issuing some instructions. Colin Rowe.
Ladies and gentlemen, substitutions for Scholars International in the 64th minute. Entering the game, number 70, Roshin Chang. Leaving the game, number 20, O'Neal Taylor. Also in the game, number 19, Kyle Maria. Leaving the game, number 18, Jamar Dickens.
Jogon. Marajo. Looking for the run there of Marajo, but Levy is off his line, doing the needful. Ramirez trying to help it on to Garcia. Referee blowing his whistle. Free kick to Scholars. Quickly taken, but not to the referee's liking. He's got to put it back there. Goes back to Chang. Santa Maria trying to win out. Philippe does so. Into Abol. Rolling it on to Jogon. Jogon again. Stefan. Who's in field? Stefan. Couple of blue shirts to contend with. Eventually. But he's battling away. Stefan. Referee's not having any of it. Roy is going to take this free kick here. Club Franciscain lead by 1-0. Goal scored by Ateli Olivier, the 57th minute. Ball played up to Garcia. Keeps it in play, but turning away nicely. There is Marajo. Driving at Chang. Has the beating of him. Gets the return ball. Showing for it there is Jonas. Shifting it out to, well, trying to pick out the run of Stephen. But it's cut out there by Finn. Kimani Finn is battling away, and eventually Philippe doing good work defensively. Here is Prem out on this near side. Trying to have the beating there of Santa Maria. In fact, it's not Santa Maria, it's Chang. And call going against the Franciscan team. Coach applauding. Michael Nisas. Long forward by Levy. Picking out Brown. Cannot control it on his chest is Brown. Gives it away. Prem looking for that run there of Stefan. The overlapping run. Prem again. Jonas infield for Shogun. Inviting Mattis forward. Overlapping run of Lepel played early. Mattis lifting it over to Stefan. Controls nicely. Looking for some options here is Stefan. Has to go back all the way to Abul. He's going across to Matis. Lapel. Jogon. Taking their time about the build-up here. Franciscain. Knocking it about nicely. Nice close passes. Out wide here for Stefan. Early ball into the area. And not able to get a shot off there was Marajo. Referee Pennyfeather having a word to say to his, well, cooling break time here in this one. 70 minutes on the clock. Franciscain still lead by 1-0. Olivier in the 57th minute. More scores coming to hand. AC Port of Spain now lead by 2-0 versus Arnett Gardens. And Dublanc also taking a 2-0 lead versus Docks United. And of course, Franciscain lead by 1-0. So how would that impact Group D? Means that AC Port of Spain at this time, no, as things stands, Franciscain would stay on top of the group. AC Port of Spain would leap past Arnett Gardens, who is in second place currently before this round. And Dublanc, they also would get off the mark if they were to win this one. So we'll see how things go at the end of this game. We'll be able to better tell you the group winners. So cooling break is over, and the players are making their way back out onto the park. We're starting here with Scholars. Levy going long, looking for Smith over his head, and our ball is going to pick it up and allow it to go all the way back to Boloi. Ball played into Abul, who's been solid, rock solid at the back. Matis lifting it on to Jogon. Turns in field and gives it away. Ramirez. Garcia. Early ball looking for the run there of Brown. And again, Abul is solid with his defending. Here is Prim coming forward. Turning away there. Axel. Jogon. Prim. Marajo. Over the top. Plays that shot over Johnny Marajo. A troubling goalkeeper, Robert Levy. High into the air. Heads go up. Oh, heavy tackle. Strong one. Both players down. Marajo for Franciscain. And speed for Scholars International. Tackles continue to fly in. Both players receiving treatment. This has been a real spicy contest. having a look back at how the incident took place. Let's have a look. Heads went up and then bouncing around, both players going, contesting for it. Both of them coming out on the losing end. Well, both back up on their feet and ready to go. That speed, Gawain speed from Jamaica. Johnny Marajo is just saying to him, take it down. Meanwhile, substitution for Club Franciscain. Coming off there is the number 15, Lemery Stefan. And coming on is the number 4, Henry. So Henry's going in at the back. Santa Maria goes across to Chang. Rowe, long ball aimed at Smith, again over his head. And you can see now the Scholars International just changing things up tactically. Gawain Speed is just operating in the middle of the park. And Raul Garcia has gone into that wing back position. Also Dunk, again another player down. How many times today we've seen something like this? A heavy challenge coming in, the player staying down for an extended period. Axel, the number 18 for Franciscain. Physio is having a lot to do this evening. Bit of a heavy challenge coming in there from Garcia, Raul Garcia. .77 minutes on the clock. 1-0 to Franciscain. 57th minute item from Ateli Oliver. Since then he's been substituted. Well, back up on his feet now there, Axel. Abul standing over it. Goes back here to Henry. Goes across to Mattis. Philippe is out wide, but decides to turn inside. Jonas trying to get Lepel going on that far side, but too far for him. Dunk picked up there by Henry, ushering it back to goalkeeper Boloi. Lifting it on, but not to anyone in white. Picked up here by Finn. Finn has two to contend with, does well. Santa Maria, infield to Smith, can't control. And Francisco win out. Jogon. Henry. Abul. Mattis coming forward with it. Can't bring it under control yet. Lift on there by Axel. Philippe giving chase. Calm move from Rowe Santa Maria. Back to Rowe. Clears it upfield. And headed away by Jogon. Showing here to Scholars. Coach Nisas of the Franciscan team. Rowe Bringing Levy into it now. Shifted on to Chang. Garcia. Speed. Scholars need a goal here. Need to get going the other way. Long ball from Rowe. Again aimed at Smith, but it's over his head. Picked up here by Jogon. Oh, good work defensively there from Garcia. Coming back, getting his foot out, but it breaks here for Philippe, who wants to have a run there at Santa Maria. Jonas has an overlapping run of Lapel. First time ball into the area and cleared behind by Santa Maria. Warning signs for Scholars. Breaking again down that right hand side. First time ball into the area. Axel just couldn't bring it under control. And helped behind by Santa Maria. Approaching 81 minutes. Lapel going over to take this. Prem. Issuing some instructions. He's just left the penalty area, making his way out there, just in close proximity. Lapel trying to get it over. It's blocked out. Picked up there by Finn. And he loses out. Remember, Franciscain still lead this group. There's Group D. Favorites to progress to the semi-finals. Franciscain, sorry, I don't know why I keep saying San Francisco. My apologies. Movement on the bench there for Scholars International. Number 23, that's Molina. Maybe entering the park shortly. Here is Philippe. Early ball into Axel, but he is not going to get at the end of it. Just rolls out harmlessly. Turning away. Shogun. Prem. Early shot. Over the top. Substitution for Scholars. Coming off is the number 9, Raul Garcia. And taking his place is Giovanni Molina. So Garcia's evening is over. What a good shift he has put in. Seems to be a straight swap. Molina is going over to that left-hand side. Strong challenge again, but no whistle from the referee. Playing the advantage. Philip breaking down this left-hand side. Has Santa Maria for company. Still gets it to Prem. Rolling it in for Jogan. Oh, and then Axel just could not get a touch on it.
Number 9, Raul Garcia.
Headed out by Abul. Lapel. Jogan, one-time ball, but too much for the run of Lapel. Levy with the goal kick. Plays long upfield. Smith can't bring it under control. Abol rolling it out for Prim. Turns. Runs into the heart of the Scholars International. Being brought down. No call from the referee. Finn coming away with it. Still Finn. Ramirez. Santa Maria. Turning away from Philip. And then Mattis is coming out and just clearing it away. 85 minutes gone. Still Franciscain hold on to a 1-0 lead. As it stands, they would go through as group winners in Group D. Abol back to Boloi. Mattis. Abol. Philip getting away from Santa Maria. Infield here for Jogon. He's playing a nice ball out to Lepel, who's made the overlapping run, getting the shot off, but right behind it there was Levy. And trying to get Scholars International going quickly. Dunk has to go back to Molina. Ramirez. Finn. Chang. Booted downfield, looking for Brown. Christopher Brown in that lone striker role. Mattis coming the other way. Jonas. Shogun. Nice ball into Marajo. Oh, good from Lepel, making that run, but can't get it over. Nice reverse ball there from Marajo. And Lepel is always willing to make that run. Tartan crossfield run from Lepel. Levy trying to get Dunk into the action. Molina is brought down. Smith. Row now. Time of the essence here for Scholars. Ball played out. All the way back to Boloi. Henry. Marajo getting a tangle between his feet, giving it away. Molina. Smith turning into trouble, turns back, then has to go back to Chang. Trying to get it up to Finn, who was just pushed in the back there by Mattis. Gives away a free kick. Sending bodies forward here. Scholars in search of a goal. Santa Maria is making the run down the right hand side. Has time. Early ball into the area. Coming in at the back stick there was Dunk. And winning a corner. Making a good darting run there was Dunk. Came off of Henry and went behind. So Ramirez goes over to take this one. Everyone apart from Rowe being pushed forward. Ramirez short to Molina. Hooking it into the area, but too close to Boloi, who comes comfortably holds this one in. And trying to get Philip going through the middle early, but it's going to roll all the way back to his counterpart as 4 minutes go up. The fourth official.
The fourth official on the sidelines has indicated there will be a minimum of 4 minutes at a time in the second half.
So, Abul standing over this free kick. Playing it short now into Jonas. Mattis. Abul. Henry. Prem. In for Marajon. Brilliantly saved by Levy. Danger still not cleared. Philip. Still in possession here, Philip. And eventually Santa Maria gets it out. A good save from Robert Levy. Nice ball from Jogon. Slipped in to Marahu. Controlled one time shot. Got the shot away. And saved it with his boot. In the end there, Levy. Very effective. Still trying to penetrate the Scholars' defense there. Franciscain picked up here by Henry. Lapel. Henry now is going. Making that run across. Jogon. Brought down. Free kick. Free kick Franciscain. Oh. Molina. Molina is not happy with something there. He's not happy. Penny Feather, the referee, has to bring some calmness to proceedings here. Emotions boiling over. Oh, just shoving Jogon. He wants none of it. Ramirez and Molina. Free kick to Francisco. Looking to lift it in here. Would be Abul. Four minutes added on time. Abul standing over this two in the wall here for Scholars. It's Molina and Dunk. No, Abul has left it for Lepel. As we wait on this free kick to be taken here. Short from Lapel, trying to get it into Prem. But alert to the danger there was Santa Maria.
Ladies and gentlemen, a yellow card has been issued in number 90+3. The Scholars International SC's number 23, Giovanni Molina.
Full time in this one. Club Franciscain prevailing by one goal to nil. 57-minute item from Ateli Olivier has proven to be the game winner in this one. And from what we've seen, we've got to wait. We've got to wait to see who is the actual group winner, because AC Port of Spain is romping home here versus Arnett Gardens, currently leading by 4 goals to 1. So we just have to confirm the group winners, the winners of Group D. But at the end here, it's Club Franciscain prevailing over Scholars International by 1-0. So the game started with the Franciscain team on the front foot. Jogan went into a strong challenge there from Dickens. And that was maybe the first of many strong tackles. Marajo coming in field and trying to lob goalkeeper Brown, not to be cleared away. Both teams had to wait a little bit for a first sight on goal. And this was Oyunchi. Marajo trying to get Leria going. Abul, Leria, Stefan with the early ball in. And a good save there from Jermaine Brown, was battered and bruised at that stage. And then Scholars International had an opportunity of their own. Ramirez just wide. Then Brown had this opportunity saved by Matis. Dunk also had an opportunity on goal. Raul Garcia played his part. Another player who went down in a heap. Oyunchi. And then Marajo with the opportunity. Also Jogan. Marajo. And then Brown. He was in the walls. Lapel. Shot from Leria, but the whistle had gone on for offside. Still 0-0 at that stage. Prim also had an attempt on goal, blazed wide. Chances came, but not much taken for either of these teams. Manzares clearing this one away. A long ball from Jogan. And then this opportunity from Marajo just bounced narrowly over. Olivier twisting and turning. Getting it in there to Axel, who had a shot blazed over. Then another strong challenge there. This time Dunk went down. Lapel also with a hit on goal, not troubling goalkeeper Levy. Then Marajo, and here's the opportunity, slipped in there by Prim, and finishing it off at the back post was Ateli Olivier for a 1-goal lead, and eventually the game winner. Another opportunity there for Joga not too long after, and he had a shot sailing over. Marajo again with another opportunity, hopeful. not troubling goalkeeper Levy. And in the end, Club Franciscain prevailing 1-0 winners over Scholars International. So don't go too far. We have another game on for you at 4 p.m. or just past 4. We're going to see Weymouth Wales taking on Wolves FC. Kickoff is just around the corner.